Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing Thai visa runs into Cambodia. For those who are unaware, a visa run, as opposed to what I call a border run, is something where you go over to another country to get a Thai visa and then return in order to maintain longer-term status here in Thailand. And I thought about making this video after reading a recent article from the Pattaya Mail, that's pattayamail.com. Article is titled Phnom Penh Updates Visa Runs and Tourist News. Phnom Penh Updates Visa Runs and Tourist News. So under the subheading, Getting a New Thai Visa, quote, hopping into Cambodia for a visa run is back in fashion. The Thai embassy in Phnom Penh can be skipped by using a good agent, several of which are found on Riverside, the tourist district technically known as Sitsawath Kwai. This avoids having to make a prior appointment at the embassy and risking failure, a far from unknown phenomenon it appears. Mr. Kiao Song, director of LMN Travel and Tours, said, we can obtain 60-day tourist entry to Thailand promptly and cut down on the waiting period for non-immigrant visas, unquote. It is no secret that the Cambodian Immigration Authority actually prefers agent usage. So whether or not visa agent usage is preferred over there, I think that's, I've dealt with visa runs to Cambodia for years now. In fact, even after I became Thai, I've assisted people in person in processing through, mostly in a business visa context, processing through the Thai embassy in Phnom Penh. But long story short, yeah, Phnom Penh is a pretty popular destination for Thai visa runs, mostly due to geographic proximity, and quite honestly, it's one of the more reasonable Thai embassies in the region to deal with. There are Thai embassies and consulates that can be less than easy to deal with. I'm not saying Phnom Penh's easy, but it tends to have a more straightforward attitude when dealing with these kind of cases. The thing to keep in mind is, these type of runs are not a foregone conclusion. There's no real guarantee with respect to whether or not something's going to play out a certain way. But yeah, again, and we talked about this, with Thailand Pass having ended, many of the travel restrictions being lifted, it's not particularly a shock to see that so-called visa runs are now, quote unquote, back in fashion.